really exciting to see it. But, you know, this is the beauty of Munster, though. I mean, they could just come out fighting. And that's actually what I would love to see. And I'd love to see Peter O'Mahony leading from the front with it, and that back row as well, just running riot, the rest of their players. And let's hope we see it. But, you know, there's a lot going on behind the scenes here that has to be corrected over the coming months. And the decisions that are going to get made regarding who's leading it, you know, they're pretty big decisions. All
right, well, there's a lot going on behind the scenes and a lot going on behind us as well in terms of that fight. Stand up and fight ongoing as we hand you up for Showtime with Donal Lenihan. And first, Hugh Cahill.
Thank you very much indeed, Jackie. Yeah, it's a funny old mood around a virtually empty stadium here at Thomond Park in a week where Munster were much criticised for the manner of their defeat to Connacht. The players surely now have to embrace the opportunity to put it right. No better chance than an Interpro against Ulster on home soil. We've had rain, hailstones and wind all within the past hour, but thankfully that has all cleared and conditions now are actually pretty decent for a game of rugby. So, a quick look at the teams and 7 changes from that defeat to Connacht last weekend, but the front row of Kilcoyne, Scannell and Archer remains intact. Thomas Ahern comes in for the injured John Klein at lock, with the back row of O'Mahony, Hodnett and Gavin Coombs at number 8. In the backs, Jack Crowley of Cork gets the nod at 10. Rory Scannell replaces Damien Dialende at 12, and Simon Zebo makes his first appearance in 12 weeks, joining Sean French and Mike Haley in the Munster back 3. That's how they line out. And the bench to your right-hand side. So that's the home side. What about the visitors? Well, the big news this week from Ulster comes with the return of Jack McGrath to the starting team. He joins Rob Herring and Tom O'Toole in that front row. Sam Carter gets the nod at lock with a strong back row of Jones, Timoney and of course South Africa international Dwayne Vermeulen. In the backs then, Cooney and Burns continue at half back. Ben Moxham makes his first start of the season at 13 outside Hume, with McIlroy, Gilroy and Lowry forming a very quick back 3. That is confirmation how they line out, and substitutes to the right hand side. So Captain Alan O'Connor leads Ulster out to a sparse crowd here at Thomond Park. So strange, this fixture, normally a packed house and atmosphere to boot as well. But this is the time we live in, and hopefully restrictions won't be in place for too much longer. What a big day it is for Jack McGrath as well, making his first start. Donal Lenihan alongside me. Funny old atmosphere, Donal. Normally this is an absolute cracker at Thomond Park, but hopefully the players managed to overcome that.
Yeah, I think so, as we see the lights just going out as the Munster team come onto the field. Just when we'd got used to crowds coming back, the November series with Ireland, December, I was here for a full house, Munster and Cast. It wasn't a great game, but at least you had that sense of atmosphere. It's all gone. It's been a, you know, with 5,000 limited crowd here for obvious COVID reasons, but it's the atmosphere off the field for me, Hugh. The fact that I've never seen and come across being stopped in the street by so many disgruntled Munster supporters since the performance against Connacht last week. So, you know, stand up and fight is the anthem. That is the signature tune. The players have got to live up to it.
Well, there you go. You can see Tyke Byrne is into the starting 15, so that means Peter O'Mahony must have been a late withdrawal. Something must have picked up in the warm-up. We don't know exactly what. We'll try and find out. But Peter O'Mahony is out, Tyke Byrne is in, and the referee is from Scotland, his 58th league appearance, Mike Adamson. We are almost set to go. Just as I was saying, the weather had cleared. The rain comes down. Curse of the commentator. Hopefully no more of those for the next 80 minutes, though.
Good to go.
Yeah, and that's a blow for Munster. Peter O'Mahony, obviously, it's brilliant to have a player of Tyke Byrne's quality coming into the side. Not sure who's taking over the captain. We'll just have to keep an eye on that.
So first touch then for Sean French. He gets his hands on the ball. First senior start, 22 years of age.
Leave it!
And did score a try on his Munster debut. So
don't hold players on the
ground. Had to wait a while for that first start, but still a young guy. Cork, of course, Donald's club, and strong, big, tall winger who likes to put it about physically. First take then for Lowry under the high ball. And look at the quick feet again, brilliant from Lowry. Hit a cracker against Clermont Auvergne in the Champions Cup not so long ago, as Rob Herring takes it into contact.
Stay on side. Get 9, use it. Timing here.
First box kick of the game from John Cooney. Coombs is underneath it. Decent take again. The pitch is quite heavy out there. The rain that we had in the hailstones earlier on have really loosened up the turf, and with the teams warming up by their side as well, it's chopped it up nicely. So
use it, 9.
It's not going to be top of the ground rugby, you'd imagine. First take from Finney Mutually, himself and Thomas Ahern, the second row partners today. There for Casey. Another high kick. Again, there's a lot on this one, and Larry has loads of time to deal with it. Just giving opportunity to that back three is a dangerous proposition for Ulster. We know they love to run the ball and counter-attack. Gilroy, Lowry and Ethan McElroy, just 21 years of age, and they have the penalty as well.
Yeah, it's interesting when when you're talking about Munster there in terms of that late disruption. Peter O'Mahony would have been calling the line-out for Munster. I assume that Tyke Byrne will take over that responsibility now as well. Funny enough, I was wondering, normally Munster, before they go into the dressing room, they do a half lap around the field led by their captain. They didn't do it. I was just wondering, maybe was Peter O'Mahony distracted by something? But look, I'm sure we'll find out what was the cause of his late withdrawal, because certainly we saw him being interviewed before the game as captain. Yeah. No indication at that stage that he wouldn't start.
Must have pulled something or gone over something in the warm-up, but we'll try and confirm it. Anyway, Tyke Byrne is in, not a bad like-for-like replacement.
Stay 10, lads.
Take from O'Connor. Wasn't straight. Whistle's gone.
Not straight.
And Munster will have
not straight.
the option. Unforced error from Ulster. They'd be disappointed with that, Donald. First line out.
They will, because their line-out has been outstanding all season. I think over 90% success rate. Rob Herring, one of his stock in trade is his accuracy as a thrower. He's a very good set-piece hooker. It was a marginal call. We just see it here. Yeah, it is probably has to go down the inside shoulder. No, there wasn't much of a gap between the two sides either. And Timony not used in the line-out that often, so I'm sure he'll be disappointed that that was pinged. First scrum of the game, important. Ulster, all Irish front row, as indeed have Munster. So interesting confrontation here.
So Alex Kendellen, by the way, is the player name on the Munster's bench with Peter O'Mahony out.
You must have space.
Yeah, but he was one of the extra men. Did the warm-up with the team. Started, of course, against Connacht last week.
Yeah, played at 7 there. Interesting to see where he settles on originally. He was underage. Number 8 can play right across the back row. And that versatility, I suppose, will help him.
Big battle here now. Great to see Jack McGrath back starting rugby again. He's had a horrific 12 months, had a hip injury, kept him out for over a year. 32 years of age now. If he could get back to his fitness, that break, you could get another 2 or 3 years out of it.
Easy as well. And I know he hasn't given up hopes of becoming an Ireland international once again. Already a huge amount of experience, 52 or 56 Ireland caps to shed, plus 3 Lions appearances as well. So still young enough for a prop. Chance for Ulster here. They've got numbers if Billy Burns can get this to the outside channel. Back inside. Attempted pass from Greg Jones. But it was knocked down deliberately, and Ulster have the penalty.
Yeah, it was a little bit of space there. Sean French was having to cover 2 Ulster attackers, just bided his time. I'd like to see it again, but obviously pretty clear that Gavin Coombs slapped the ball. Has to be careful there. So
Burns then finds a touch, similar position to where they lost their last line out. See if they can take advantage here. This was the deliberate knockdown.
Yeah, no question about it. Greg Jones just trying to get the ball on the inside. He had McElroy on his outside, looking to feed Herring. No question, it was a penalty. Hand was raised.
8 years since Ulster last won at Thomond Park, 2014. It's a long time to be here. Most of the games between the sides since then, 8 of the 9 in fact have gone to the home side, so it's been a home side dominated fixture over the last 10 years or so. Good control of the back of the ball from Herring. Cooney now having a look. He's got plenty of options all to the right hand side, still going forward. Ulster, it's a really good maul by the pack, and now they work it out. Taken by Hume. What a season he's having so far. Goes to the left hand side. Cooney, maybe was that the right option? Vermeulen was almost on his own there.
Hold there.
Taken by O'Connor, the captain, inside that Munster 22. Decent attacking position for the visitors. Hume again. Just one out pop ball at the moment for Ulster. Don't want to risk too much with the hands and the slippy ball and the wet conditions underfoot.
Leave it red.
Another strong tackle. Left they go, Burns. Now he's straight into Casey. Manages to get past the tackle. Timony. Options already on the right hand side. The 2 of you as decoy, taken in by Carter, former Australia international. Preferred to tread well. Advantage being played. It's a handy 3 points for Ulster here. They might as well have a go. Hume in behind. Lovely pass to Burns. They're trying to skip it to the outside. It's Simon's able to come across and make the tackle. Go back for the penalty.
No advantage.
Should be a gift of 3 points, and it's a good start by Ulster.
Great start from Ulster. They're controlling the collisions early on. We saw a similar approach when they beat Leinster in the RDS back in November. Big carries from the forwards, getting over the gain line. You know, nothing too over-sophisticated, just stressing the defence. That's exactly what they did to Munster. Forced one of the Munster defenders to come in.
They're going to go to
on
the corner
side.
here.
Yeah, and that'll tell you. I mean, they got a feel with that last line out. Their maul, it made a good 10, 12 metres. And, you know, you get a feel early on. Obviously, Sam Carter just had a look at Billy Burns and said, look, we fancy this. And, you know, a declaration of intent early on. So Munster under pressure, conceded a maul try against Connacht last week. They got to get their decision-making right here, on the ground or in the air.
1 from 2 in the line out. This one 5 metres out.
Ulster in.
No risk taking the go. Shorten to the front, try and set that ball again. They got changed last time out. Can they get forward again? It's starting to move now. Munster getting low body positions to try and lock it out, stop the momentum, and they've done a pretty good job of doing that. Ulster still creaking forward ever so slowly, and Herring happy to keep that ball in the back. Might be a swap spot there for Herring, gets over, and that is an Ulster try, and it's a fantastic start here at Thomond Park.
Well, it fully justifies the decision to go to the corner. When you look at the stats, you no surprise that they went for the corner, really. They've got 17 of their 23 tries this year have come from that line-out platform. I mean, that's an incredible statistic. It's obviously, they're very confident once they get that maul going. They have a great setup. You see it here. Sam Carter, he's won more line-outs in the URC than any other player. It's a safe ball at the front, good conditions, and the key for me here is patience. Munster hold them up initially, but they still manage to keep going forward, and Rob Herring, more often than not, he's the one at the back of that maul. Definite try, great start for Ulster.
Well, there you go, the reward for backing themselves as well. The confidence, they didn't even consider going for 3 points, straight into the corner at the back with Herring, and that is the result. Munster playing catch-up with the conversion to come from John Cooney. Been a good week for him to sign a new contract with Ulster. There was speculation that he might be tempted abroad, given, I guess, the prominence of Nathan Doak coming through and how highly he's regarded, but Cooney has signed on, and he's attempting to make it 7 points to 0. Beautiful strike, doesn't miss those. 7 points on the board, and the small crowd that is here silenced by the strong start by the Northern Province.
Yeah, it's the perfect start for Ulster. They've been controlling the set piece again. You just see Munster not competing in the air. If you do that, you've got to get your decision making on the ground right. Now Scallon just falling off the side there. But once you get that momentum going forward, it's very difficult to stop it legally, and that decision by Ulster fully rewarded.
Clean take from the restart by Jermaine Vermeulen.
Leave it.
All inside the 22, so Cooney can go straight out here. He chooses to. He's played just before halfway line.
Yeah, and that's what Cooney does. I mean, you've got to get the basics right. How many times do you see teams not control the restart once they've scored? There, Ulster got the basics right. Vermeulen had a big carry, and John Cooney, so good at the basics. You mentioned the fact that he's re-signed for Ulster. Nathan Doak obviously is the the up-and-coming player, but is he ready to take that mantle full on? I don't think so yet. So having Cooney there, I think will work well for both players. Certainly will work well for Ulster.
Absolutely, and it's all about the squad game these days. Munster trying a quick one from the line out, didn't work out. He went forward as well.
Well, I'm quite sure Craig Casey hasn't won too many lineouts in his career. But you just see him there, one of those little dicky ones, a great little pass in around the back, but Niall Scannell should have held that, really, having done the hard work.
Bit straighter next time. Just if you're tucking it to the front, bit straighter next time. Okay, that was good. Good last one. Good space. Keep the same again.
Let's go, boys.
Want a chance to have a look at the scrum then. Kilcoyne, Scannell and Archer against McGrath, Herring and Tom O'Toole.
Crouch. Bind.
Gilroy standing just to the right shoulder of Billy Burns off his wing.
Space. No, both came in. Gap was fine. The gap was fine. Just wait for the call.
We don't want to do that.
Don't rush it. Wait for the call.
Ground, as we mentioned, is quite cut up and quite slippy, so difficult for the props as well, just to get that stuck in the ground.
Yeah, well, there was a lot of rain here in Limerick today. I was up here early, and there was a hailstorm storm before the match. It was incredible, so hopefully it can hold off, but the pitch is quite heavy, even though, you know, it's not cutting up too much with the scrum. This is exactly what you don't need on a night like this now, just reset scrums. Referee has to get a hold of this early on, make a decision one way or the other.
Better height, lads. Better height. Let's go, quick reset.
Let's go, boys, let's go. Sammy, out.
Keep it up. Crouch.
Brace.
Bind.
Free kick on.
Early.
Referee not happy with the hit.
Yeah, I think he's just saying Munster either bind early or we're pushing early. But it's a free kick, so Billy Burns will probably go to air.
Let's go.
For McElroy to chase, Zebo underneath it, can't hold it. Did go backwards though. Coombs picks up the loose ball. Nice break the tackle. There for Casey now. Literally.
Hold timing.
Another box kick. Lowry again, perfectly placed to deal with it. Thumped in the tackle and manages to get back up on his feet. I tell you what, he's the smallest player in the pitch. Maybe himself and Casey vying for that, but he has made it tough stuff. O'Connor takes the pass. Does well to hang on to it.
Use it. Timing here. Onside.
Another high ball. It's going to land just on the halfway line.
Backwards.
Taken by Gilroy. Went backwards again. Ulster trying to clear out of the breakdown, but Munster have a hand on it and they managed to take it back. Out it goes. Scannell. Casey out to Crowley. Can't hold it. Loose ball and went forward. Mistakes at plenty at the moment.
Yeah, he just hesitated there, didn't he? Puts his hand up, but concern for Munster on the far side. Simon Zebo injured, I think he's dislocated a finger, so I'm sure Munster doctor there just looking to pull it back into place.
We didn't see one.
Strapping it up there now, but Michael Lowry, you mentioned, he's, you know, he always flies the flag for the smaller men. It looks like a high tackle there, I have to say.
That was a shoulder to the head, Don.
Yeah, absolutely. And Jack Crowley could be in trouble here because there was definitely contact.
Himself and Zebo.
Okay.
Definitely needs to be reviewed.
On white 15. So reviewing the tackle on white 15.
Yeah, potential contact to the head.
Donald, just on first viewing, this is a potential for a red card. It was a shoulder directly to the head with no attempt of a wrap whatsoever.
Yeah, and you know, I know Michael Lowry is a small lad, but still you've got to make adjustments for that. We've just got to see exactly
by, Mike,
what happened
the first
here.
angle.
Yeah.
He's off the ground here.
So Zebo on the left, and on the, it's Zebo's shoulder and the right shoulder
So
connects straight with the jaw.
Yeah.
So it's 10 and 11. We've got to just determine exactly what happens here in the contact.
Yeah.
That's a red card.
Yeah, well, Jack
No
Crowley's
question.
shoulder, just is difficult to see the exact point of contact, but definitely from that angle it looks like shoulder to head, and if that's the case it should be red, even though we saw Chris Farrell didn't get sent off, and I thought he should have last week. That shoulder, it's Zebo's shoulder.
Zebo's shoulder, and Crowley goes high as well. Have you ever known an instance where two players have been red carded for the same tackle, Donald?
This is going to be interesting, but I think of the two, they're both culpable.
So look at 11 red.
Just stand by. We've got one more angle here. Hang on.
Yeah.
Crowley is definitely first in.
But Zebo leads with the shoulder straight to the head.
Yeah, it's Zebo's shoulder. Yeah, that is the
Okay,
clearer one.
Mike, that's probably the clearest picture that we've got.
Yeah, so we've got 11. It is, so we're just confirming we do have shoulder contact to the head.
Yes, we do.
And we are seeing that as foul play because the red player is upright and he's not bent to the hips. So
Yes.
now we're just going to the level of danger. It's come from distance. I'm seeing it at a high degree.
Yes.
But there is another tackler involved. It is quite a dynamic situation. The player's caught it, he's coming down. So I'm going to mitigate that to a yellow card.
That's a
Are we
farcical
seeing the
decision.
same things?
That's a
Are we
farcical
seeing that as a
decision.
mitigation?
Well, that's 2 weeks in a row. I think
Absolutely
Munster has got
ridiculous.
out of jail.
Yeah.
So, Mike,
Yeah. Can you just put it
I
up
think
again
the
that
TMO
last
is trying
angle?
to
yeah,
talk
Mike,
him
let's,
out of
look,
this
let's just look
decision.
at the let's look at the last angle again, Mike. Okay.
Yeah.
Brian McNeese's TMO. And by
On what planet is that not a red card? Shoulder directly to the head, a full force with no wrap whatsoever. I mean, it's a red card. The rules say it's a red card.
no question.
Mike, so
Yeah.
you've got direct contact from 11,
Yeah, and
shoulder to the head.
Yeah, and he is coming from distance. He is coming at speed. And to be honest, I'm not seeing that as mitigation because he should be tackling lower and nothing's really changed in that area around him.
I agree.
Yeah,
Yes.
so we're seeing that as a high degree of danger, no mitigation.
Yes, I agree.
Okay.
It's a red card.
Okay, I'll explain what we're seeing. Okay,
Circumstances here. Like.
we discussed the mitigation and we're not seeing there is any mitigation because he has come from...
Dynamic, and he's coming down. And
I understand, but listen, he's come from distance, he's come at speed, and there's nothing that's changed around that's going to mitigate that down.
He's dropped.
No.
But the bottom
11.
line is the referee got it wrong first time round. He was talked
Well,
into
credit to
changing the
TMO,
decision.
Brian McNeese.
Brian McNeese,
Credited,
exactly.
he just basically said, I think you have one more look
From
at
the
this.
screen, it looks like your shoulders made direct contact to the head. You've come from distance. It is at high speed, and we're not seeing any mitigation. We're seeing that's a high degree of danger, and it's a red card.
Yeah, I think Zebo knows it himself.
Well, the crowd can boo all they like. It's a red card all day long, though.
Well, look, I have to be honest. I thought last week Chris Farrell's one was also a red card. There was mitigating factors brought in that I didn't see at the time. I think Simon knows himself. Look, he was too high going in. Of course, but it's disappointing for him. But I think absolutely it is a red card. He's only playing his 4th game since he came back from Racing last June.
Yeah.
He's had a horrific time in that he was in Ireland camp for 3 weeks, got no games. He was one of the players who was left behind in
Get
South
his face,
Africa for the 2 weeks, had another 10 days quarantine when he came back. No, he's just back on the side, and I think, to be fair to Zebo, he accepted himself. He knew it was red. The referee got it wrong first time round, and you have to credit the TMO, Brian McNeese, for making him have another look at that. But no, it's Munster backs to the wall.
And Ulster already with one try on the board. Play 15 against 14 for the next 65 minutes or so. Referee Cooney wants the pack to keep it tight here. Chimney again with a big carry. Byrne over the ball, just blasted out of the way in time. Burns again, little kick through. Mike Haley well placed. Not much time though. Billy Burns out to Hume. Two-handed carry, little step, beautiful step from Hume. We mentioned the season he's having so far. Interesting to see Andy Farrell has plans to use him during the Six Nations because on form it's definitely worthy of consideration. Taken in by Perrin. McGrath.
Carried back.
Skidmore just got to be careful there. He was onside, maybe just flat with the kicker. It's come back into the Munster hands though.
So back off White.
There for Casey.
I'm going to back off White.
Kilcoyne. Good strong carry. This is going to test Munster's resolve now. It'll be a very, very difficult week for the province, and a lot of attention on Johan van Graan as well, the way in which Munster have been playing. This is really going to test the resolve as Crowley puts one down. Is that going to bounce out on the full? It is. It's going to be a line out all the way back from where the ball was kicked.
Yeah, just
So start appealing for decisions. We'll make the call if
a
it's
foot
offside,
too
not
long
you.
for Jack Crowley, but as you say, this is a test of character now. Players have to stand up. That one almost perfect, but look, just
Okay,
looking for too much out of it.
line, please.
Definitely out on the full. McElroy knew straight away, left it go, but we saw a big carry there
just
from
on
Dave
radar as
Kilcoyne,
well.
another one from Gavin Coombs, and that's what Munster need. They need players to stand up now because they're under pressure. Ulster have dominated, even before the sending off of Zebo. They've dominated the opening 17 minutes of this game.
They have. And Herring looks to release Hume again. Good solid tackle though from Hodnett to put him down. Cooney lost his feet just as he went in to pass the ball. Out to O'Connor. Still there. McGrath. Munster just comfortable in possession at the moment. Another strong carry from Herring. It's been everywhere, including the try. Ulster playing with confidence here. In behind to Burns. Kick for the corner. Chance for McElroy to chase this one down. It's an awkward enough one. Back inside from French. It was a risky one. With Casey on his shoulder trying to be dragged into touch. He throws it out. The ball is in touch. That was a risky move, and it's an Ulster line out.
Well, it was a bit harem-scarum there between both Sean French and Craig Casey. You see a very good kick here again by Billy Burns, recognising the space in behind. You can see what French is trying to do, keep it alive for Craig Casey. But here, Casey just throws it nowhere, and Munster living on their wits at the moment. Ulster applying all the pressure. 85% of this game has been played in the Ulster half of the field.
Okay, time on.
Ulster scored from this position last time they were here. This time they go to the back.
Stolen.
Again, the momentum coming forward. It's lost. Referee says stolen, so Munster have a hand on it. Where's the ball?
One stop.
I think Ulster
still have it, yeah. The referee did say stolen, but looks like Ulster still have it. It's hard to see where the ball is now.
No, it's over.
No, it is stolen, he was right.
It's held up then. Great work by somebody.
Really good right by the pack, yeah.
Is it Tyburn? Is stock and trade if it is?
What's that? Nah, I felt it was a good contest.
There's competition in the air on that line out. I'd like to see it again, but Tyburn is such an incredible player around that breakdown. Does he get a hand in here? O'Connor has it cleanly there, looks to ship it backwards. But I think you see Tyburn there, the blue helmet. Yeah, look, he's in, he's fighting, he's holding it up. Jack Crowley going in to support him, as is Niall Scannell. Great work from Tyburn. That's outstanding.
Let's go.
Unbelievable.
Alan O'Connor will be really annoyed with that, having won the ball in the air.
Strength as well, just to rip that ball away. I mean, O'Connor's a big man, but it's Tyburn all over for you.
Fine. Set. Keep it up. Elbow.
Scannell, 150th Munster appearance today.
Onside.
Kind of a milestone, really.
Hold in front, Munster. Hold in front.
Crowley opts to extend it into touch. It'll be an Ulster line-out. So they weathered the storm.
Yeah, they have, but I think there's a long way to go in this particular storm yet, because Ulster, they have their tails up. You can see the confidence is there.
When you look at the momentum, Donald, since their defeat to Connacht, Ulster beat Northampton at home, Claremont away and Leinster away. So
yeah, and I mean one of the things that was thrown against Ulster for a long time was their form on the road. Up in Ravenhill, they're always difficult to beat, but that win in the RDS, then in Claremont, was a magnificent win in the Heineken Champions Cup.
Absolutely. Again, clean ball to work with. Hume in behind to Burns. Lovely flowing backline move. Can they get this one wide from Moxham to Lowry? And then it goes again to Greg Gilroy. Kick ahead from Gilroy. Just miscued that one. And it went straight into touch. Nice backline move, but it comes to nothing.
Yeah, and again, Lowry, I mean, he's very exciting. He's one of the smaller players on the field, as you say, but he makes things happen. You just see him here. He always looks to attack, looking to play Gilroy into the game. But look, that was a poor decision from Gilroy.
You'd love to see Larry get a go with Ireland as well, wouldn't you, just to see him in the international stage? He's very quick. Under the high ball, he's quite assured. I know there's plenty of full-backs there at the moment, but
yeah, I think there was a question as well with him that he wanted to convert to be a 10. I know Ulster, he was kind of second or third in line in terms of filling in there. He's done that even at Heineken Cup level. He definitely has a bit more time on the ball, I think, at full-back. And defensively, obviously, because of his size, you know, when you have so many big men running at you off scrums and line-out, standing in that 10 channel, carries a bit of a health warning.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think Ulster, they'll be really pleased with the opening quarter of this game. You know, when you come to Thomond Park, you've got to make sure you're not bossed in that opening quarter. But Ulster are the ones who are doing the bossing at the moment.
Off, please.
Jack McGrahm, sure, thrilled to be starting in Ulster colours again, and he'll relish this contest.
Water
Absolutely, and it's all going one way at the moment. If you're just joining us, Simon Zebo sent off after 15 minutes for a high tackle on Lowry. Ahern gets that big frame of his up in the air to take the line out. Coombs tackled by Timothy. Now Scanlon. Casey back to Crowley.
Hold in front.
Okay. Plenty of height in this one. It's going to land just under the 10-metre line. Lowry underneath it. Here's Gilroy. Straightening the line. Cooley came off a Munster hand. Awkward enough one as well. Back there goes Ty Byrne.
Carried back. Carried back.
Back to Crowley. Nice feet to get away from the first tackle.
Advantage.
It's gone forward.
Go forward.
Just taking a little bit too much out of it.
Yeah, well, I think just wondering if Crowley got spooked a bit by the referee saying that it was carried back in. Just tries to beat the first man here. Just should look to try and set it up. Vermeulen just got a hand in, and that's
okay, lads, let's go.
Experience.
Yeah, you've made
Crowley nearly got away from him, but he needs to be careful not to be trying too much. Vermeulen, he's been really impressive since he joined Ulster only a couple of weeks ago.
John Cooney's gone off, so obviously that knock he picked up on the leg, not able to continue. In comes Nathan Doak.
Okay. Right, let's go, lads. Time's on.
That was another opportunity for Doak. We know he has the capacity to influence games at this level. He's also the place kicker. That was outstanding for Ireland in the revamped under-20 tournament that was held in Wales during last summer. And he's impressed every time he's played for Ulster.
Yeah, he certainly has, and a lot thought of him. Let's see what he does, stepping into the breach here. Nice position to start your game off at attacking scrum inside the opposition 22. There is Doak. Gilroy. Quick ball there if the backs want to use this. There goes to Billy Burns. Munster breaking the line in the centre just to cut off the supply. Packer asks for support. Here's Carter. Another strong carry by him. Herring tries to get past Hodnett. Burns to Lowry. Nowhere to go.
See here.
O'Toole. Ulster just dominant in possession. They just knocked it on. Good strong tackling inside Munster 22. They're not shying away from the defensive hits anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's exactly what they need. Just take inspiration from some of those tackles. But I think Jones must have been offside when he took that ball.
Yeah, just where you are, yeah.
Double hit. Kilcoyne going in low, just knocks the ball out of him. Thomas Ahern going in as well, but Kilcoyne, he's had one or two big carries, big defensive tackle there. Just Munster needs somebody to spark something to happen. A couple of big carries. You know, they've been on the back foot for the entirety of this game.
Decent relieving kick brings play to halfway line, and Simon Zebo can only watch on.
Yeah, look, it's a horror show for him. I think when he looks back in it, and to be fair, even going off, I think he accepted his fate. It's you know, if it's shoulder to the head, it's red, and that's it.
Taken by Byrne. And it goes to Chris Farrell.
Good tackle.
Casey. Byrne back inside to Archer. Better from Munster. Haven't had a huge amount of ball to work with. Inside the opposition half now, Wycherley. Casey again. Lovely flat line from Hodnett. Two former 20s combining well together. Coombs. Tackled by Vermeulen, who's in over the ball. Barreled out of the way though. Munster still have it. Sustained possession in a few phases for the first time since the game started. Casey, little half break to try and get that ball back. He has done so. Ahern has to just drop his body on to protect the ball. Poor pass though, and picked up the loose ball. Ulster with a chance to counter-attack here. There might be space in behind. There is, and Doka's gone for it. Across comes Haley, and Coombs. It's going to be an awkward bounce. Gilroy underneath it. Back it goes to Haley. Archer setting it up for Casey again. Crowley. Another Gary Owen from him. This time it's McElroy who's underneath it. Just dropped it. He went backwards, back on his feet though. And he did well considering the pressure he was under. Munster comes through. Referee has a look.
Leave it, Red. No, the ball's here. The ball's there. Stay there.
McGrath. Hit hard by Scannell. And driven back off the ball. Ball's gone loose and it's out. Literally diving on it first, and Munster have possession now inside the Ulster 22. Farrell with the side step. Tackle.
No.
Hodding it out to Niles Scannell. And then again, Kilcoyne. Tackle by Burns, just about hangs on to the boot.
Okay, tackle now.
Hodnett once more. Breaks the first tackle, almost breaks the second. Better from Munster. Can they get something from here? It'll be a massive boost. Thomas Ahern, we know he's quick for a forward. And look at him go. Up to the 5-metre line. Wrestling with the ball. Brilliant attacking position for Munster. What side does Casey go? A little hesitation. Massive overlap. On the left-hand side, it was 4-on-3. Ulster getting numbers across now.
Good.
Coombs. Kilcoyne this time. Still there, Ty Byrne. They're 1.5 meters from that line. Coombs again. Still driving the legs. Just about tackled. Hodnett having a look. Did that go forward? Referee lets it play on. Hodnett again.
Oh dear.
Ulster defending their line for the first time in the game. And what a time for Munster to score if they can get over from here. Just shy of half an hour.
Short.
At the base of the post now.
Onside. Use the line. Use the line, 12. Good.
Out it goes to Hodnett. Kilcoyne. Still driving the legs, still just short of the line though.
There's a huge amount of space available out on the left-hand side. Mike Haley standing on the wing. Look at all the space Craig Gilroy is having to cover. Munster have to go wide.
It might be too late now if Ulster can get numbers across here. They need quick ball from this one. Casey has to go. Now they do go left. Ulster got across, they've blocked it forward. As you say, massive amount of room, Donald, but nobody looked up.
Well,
that was knocked on.
Listen,
penalty advantage anyway for us.
Mike Haley was screaming for the ball about 5 phases earlier.
Tap and go from Scannell. Timony makes the hit. Coombs picks it off the ground. Doak puts in the tackle. It's relentless stuff now.
Hold here.
Munster going to get points on the board to show for it. Archer. Good carry from him. Hodnett.
Let's go. Onside here.
Coombs out to Kilcoyne, trying to wrestle his way past. Still just short. Casey, can he get it outside? He can. Chris Farrell, well tackled. Casey again, quick ball needed. Out to Haley, who's burst in the tackle. Really good hit. Back it goes to Farrell. Desperate Ulster defence here. So far they've held out.
Ball stuck under your body. Hold here.
Tyburn. Haley. Another penalty.
Offside number 1.
Against Jack
Offside number
McGrath.
1.
Well, it's incredible defence by Ulster. It's the sports ground all over again. Munster just
Okay, right
hammering at the line.
We've got an offside over there and an offside here. Okay, discipline must improve around the offsides, please.
Numbers or what?
Yeah, different numbers.
Yeah, so
There's
Ulster
number
have got
14
the
here, number
warning
1
now,
here.
but it's been worth it. I mean, they've piled in. Their defence has been brilliant. Munster had to get that ball away much quicker than they did. There was a period there where there was a gaping overlap on the left-hand side. They've gone way too narrow again.
Craig, it's just here. Time's off.
Now, Ulster took their chances going in off their feet, but you just feel Munster need to get some reward from all this effort. Brilliant defence by Ulster.
Sorry. Post called.
And Munster opting to go for the post.
Yeah, they're taking 3 points here.
Lads, time back on. Water off, please.
Well,
Water
Ulster
off.
will be thrilled by that because they knew, you know, they played right on the line. They gave away the penalties. They kept that line intact. Munster, for their first sustained attack of the game, at best going to get 3 points for it.
It's because they got the ball.
Alright, okay, so as it happened, was it? Okay.
So Jack Crowley then in his first shot at goal. He's 3 from 3 in a Munster shirt so far.
What's that?
In fact, he made his Munster debut against Ulster in this fixture this time last year.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Yeah, you can obviously Ty Byrne has taken over the Munster captaincy. You can see him querying with the referee there, complaining that the Ulster players aren't rolling away after the tackle. He just wants to cement that doubt in his head and
Sorry, can you hold them just in case that comes off the post?
No problem. So the gap reduced to 4 then.
yeah, well, that was the minimum return Munster had to get. I feel they left a try-scoring opportunity. Just Chris Farrell lost control of the ball there when you felt he had to score. Great defence again from young Nathan Doak there, because Chris Farrell is a big man. You can see the reaction.
So Ulster restart. 7 minutes before the half-time whistle.
Ball's out.
Scannell. Oh, just seemed to let go of him there. He wasn't for stopping. Coombs again trying to carry. Not rolling away after the tackle. That's exactly what Ty Byrne mentioned after the penalty was given.
Yeah, and that's where, you know, I mean, your captaincy, you get so many opportunities to talk to the referee. You have to pick your moments. I think Ty Byrne just planted a seed there, and you can see, I'm not quite sure which Ulster player it was. Very hard to roll away there, but you have to be seen to make the effort. But the last 7 or 8 minutes, at least Munster, there's a response there. Getting a bit more ball, getting the carries, getting, you know, they're winning the collisions for the first time.
Crowley is played to just outside the Ulster 22, but definitely much improved Munster performance in the last 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, but look, I mean, they were starved of possession for the opening 25 minutes of this game. Great to see the likes of Wycherley, Thomas Ahern, Gavin Coombs getting on the ball now and taking that attack to Ulster. Ulster, on the other hand, quite good in the close exchanges, getting their tackles in, just holding Munster up. They have a big front five out here tonight. Greg Jones, former Ireland under-20 Leinster Academy.
Greg Sutton, yeah.
He's been around that Ulster scene for a number of years, but he's making an impact tonight.
There it is. Ty Byrne takes the line out at the back. Ball is set by Munster.
Come, let's see the middle.
Scannell taken off him, and John Hodnett as the player went to ground.
Yeah, Herring has done really well to get himself in that position, just slowing up the Munster ball.
Kilcoyne tackled by Timoney and Billy Burns, but Casey has it. Out from Farrell. Crowley. Still Crowley. Brilliant carry by Crowley. Haley this time. Into O'Connor. Again, the crowd appealing that Ulster players are not rolling away quickly enough. Munster still have it though. In behind it goes. Crowley, little kick for the corner. French is after this one. It's going to be too much on it, but it's a decent touch. It puts pressure on the Ulster throw.
Yeah, but it's better pressure for Munster, as I say, better carries, and all of that for me coming from. They've just speeded the recycle. Great footwork. Crowley has great feet.
You didn't see anything.
Backs himself. He's bigger and stronger than you might look in his gear.
In the background, yeah.
But just sees the space in behind there. But the difference for me when Casey gets that ball away quickly.
That was a bit of a risky one given they're 5 metres out, but it's worked out okay. Tope just asking the forwards to make themselves available here.
Don't play the 9.
Or 2.
Okay, use it.
That's the way the momentum's gone the last 10 minutes. I'm sure Ulster now will just be happy to get back into the dressing room at half time.
Yeah, well, when you consider Munster have been playing with 14 men, they've played their better period of the match has come in that last 10 minutes. You expected a response, of course, once Zebo was forced off. And Ulster, for all that early dominance, now only find themselves 4 points ahead. Possession stakes, you just see it there, that has changed immeasurably over the course of the last 15 minutes.
Yeah. Taken by Byrne. Hodnett. The switch between Rory Scannell and Coombs. Casey again. Back to Ty Byrne.
Tackle now.
Good strong carry again. The Munster flanker. Coyne. Coombs. It's through an awful lot of work, doesn't it? Particularly as the ball carrier, but Kilcoyne, another one, doesn't shy away from it.
Yeah, I think the problem is the ball carriers are isolated. They're fighting in there on their own. They need more support.
Yeah, it just needs to be quicker, doesn't it, when it comes back, taken by Farrell. Coombs once again. Archer in behind to Crowley.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's a feature of both sides, really. It's just been one-out runners for most of the game so far. It's not the prettiest rugby to watch, and maybe the conditions dictating that, but it's been a pattern for Munster we've seen. Penalty to Munster here, it's very kickable.
I think Ty Byrne just took his chances there. He knew he had a penalty advantage. You just see, is it? I think it's Carter not rolling away, and again, that's been a consistent theme. Given that they had a warning earlier, he just needs to be careful.
There will be time for a kick or a restart if it goes over.
But I think Munster, looking at the clock, they'll take the kick here, and haven't been out of the game for the opening 25 minutes. There will be time for a restart if it goes over. You know, if they can go in at half time, just 1 point behind, it's some form of at least something to hang their hats on, because Ulster were dominant for the that whole opening period.
Let's go.
Yeah, momentum has swung firmly back in Munster's favour, even with 14 on the pitch.
Yeah, clock's right. Yeah.
And Crowley looks to make it 5 from 5 in his Munster career. Should be a handy 3 points on the board.
No, there's time for the restart if it goes over.
Took his time over it. Flags go up. We have a 1 point game. There is time for the restart, but I guess, for Johan van Graan going into the dressing room at half time, Donald, the resilience as well, and the fight in Munster to drag themselves back into this game.
Well, look, I think, they had to show some bit of a spark after that sending off. They've done that, to be fair, and I think if they can quick up the pattern of the game, they are making inroads. They have capability of creating damage out wide.
French just tackled as he went to swing a boot at that ball. It's given possession to Lowry. So Ulster with one last shot before half time then. Here's O'Connor. Little step from Moxham. Doak. Burns. Hume. Still on his feet, James Hume. Well, penalty.
Player must roll.
Gifted straight back, and
number 4, you're okay.
you can be sure that Nathan Doak will line this one up.
Leave it. No, stop it. Stop.
Yeah, this is
stop.
stupidity here now.
Stop.
You know,
Stop.
so much mouthing goes on after. The penalty was
I didn't
against.
see what happened there.
No, it's scandal, or Rory scandal, I should say, for not rolling away.
I didn't see it. If it's clear.
You just see Thomas O'Hearn here gets in over the ball. The penalty isn't against him, it's against Rory Scannell there for not rolling away.
We'll come back for the penalty.
We'll take the points, please, sir.
Yeah.
Jack McGrath just
Post called. I didn't see anything there.
Just nothing in it really, but unnecessary. But you know, with Munster having pulled back to within a point, great opportunity for Ulster here now with the game in added time to just stretch that lead. And of course it's Nathan Doak. He'll take over the kicking duties from John Cooney.
Yeah, hugely consistent in that under-20 championship, as you mentioned, last season for Ireland, and he'd expect to knock this one over. Another goal-kicking scrum half coming through at Ulster. Ruan Pienaar, John Cooney, and this fella. Super kick coming through, probably the wrong terminology to use from Ruan Pienaar, given he was born in South Africa, but you get my feeling. But there you go, the half-time whistle sounds here, and it's been a right old scrap, as these fixtures always are. Conditions not the easiest, and Munster down to 14, but half-time in Thomond Park in Limerick, it's Munster 6, Ulster 10, with analysis after the break.
Welcome back, and Zombie is playing around in the background as we are waiting for some Limerick inspiration. Munster could do with a little bit of it if they're going to get something out of this game.
Yeah, we saw glimpses of it in, I suppose, the last kind of 15 minutes of the half. Just a bit of attitude, a bit of fight, I suppose. Again, it's going to be difficult with a number down. That's going to be tough. We see a very much kind of one-out carry, people picking and going. So if we can get some width on it, I think Munster will have to try and do that. But again, they've got to cut those errors out in attack, and also from a discipline point of view. They can't gift Ulster that kind of territorial position.
And what do Ulster have to do to keep in front here?
Well, I think Ulster are doing really well. They're splitting the field kind of like a 60-40% split across the field, two-sided attack, and it's causing Munster to get quite narrow. They continue that, I think they're going to cause Munster a lot of problems.
All right, well, let's hand you back to commentary, and as we do so, we told you before the game about Munster 40% chance with the URC win predictor of winning this game. It has now flipped. Ulster 60% now chance of them winning the game, as we hand you back to Donal and Hugh.
Thanks, Jackie. Yeah, so waiting on the home side to come back out. Look, it's been a difficult week for Johan van Graan. Donal, I don't know how much you'll care about it. Certainly his attitude in the pre-match interview with Murray Kinsella was quite prickly. I guess for people, Peter Manning spoke as well about, you know, they were critical of their execution against Connacht. The problem for a lot of people, again, and we saw it when they were bashing away the line, it didn't look up to see where there was a massive space on the left-hand side of it, is what it is that they are trying to execute. What is the game plan, and where is this Munster development going? That's the big question.
Yeah, it is, and I think that is the question mark that's been hanging over the team for some time now. I mean, for the second week in a row, we spoke with Graham Rowntree during the week. He spoke about the review on Monday morning, and a series of clear-the-air meetings between players and coaches. That suggests to me that there's things that the players and coaches obviously aren't happy about, that they had to get clarity on. And I would have thought one of those is their approach when they're in that 5-metre zone near the line. We saw it against Connacht, but nothing changed there. They left the try behind them again.
They did, no question about it, and that's been the big question mark, I guess, surrounding Johan van Graan's tenure here. What exactly has he done to improve the Munster style of play? And there's a lot of people who don't know the answer to that question. But Munster have possession. They've managed to come back to within 4 points. There was 1 point just before the last kick of the game from Doak. And Casey out to Farrell. Tackled by James Hume. Coombs. Kilcoyne. Big collision there between himself and Herring. Tygburn. Ball's lost, penalty Ulster.
Yeah, again, just Ulster really good on the ground. Munster just not resourcing that ruck properly. It's kind of getting separated from his support players. Good chase here by Thomas Ahern, getting his 6'9" in the air. But again, Munster having one possession from the restart, just losing control of it.
Dwayne Vermeulen in over the ball, forcing the penalty, and the resulting kick is brought play inside the Munster half. Ulster line out. Billy Burns interviewed by several media outlets this week as well about his form and how he's hoping to force his way back into the Ireland squad as one of the 10 options there. But you consider the form of Jack Carty, I guess the two Byrne brothers haven't played at all. Will Ross would be ahead of Harry in terms of Leinster, haven't had any matches at all, so it's been difficult, I guess. Jack Carty is the form player by virtue of the fact that he's playing well, and he's also playing the most rugby. That was a risky looking pass, but French has picked it up off the ground. Casey.
Yeah, super work in that last line-up by Thomas Ahern, just forcing a turnover on an Ulster throw, but Munster copying up possession again.
Yeah, all too easy as well. Where's that ball?
Fault out, yes.
Casey coming through, the ball was out. Good steal by the Munster scrum half.
He did well there, communicating with the referee throughout, made sure that the ball was out.
Hold there. Tackle now.
Trying to hold up at the moment, but looks like it's just gone to ground.
Okay, use it.
Casey tells to use it. Box kick from Casey. Lowry underneath it. Oh, beautiful take. Again, didn't even have to leave the ground there, just judged it perfectly. Knew exactly where the ball was going to drop. Doak. And it goes from O'Connor to Carter. The 2 second rows combining well. Quick ball needed. Munster coming through and trying to disrupt at the moment. Burns out to O'Toole and Jack McGrath.
Tackle.
Burns again.
Carried back.
Haley, well placed here, calls the mark.
What a take there from Michael Lowry. You know, for a small man, he's incredibly dominant in the air, and you know, because of his stature, it's inevitable that teams will kick to him, but you rarely have ever see him drop the ball.
Yeah, incredible.
Great take, just watch it here, great hang time.
I think it might be a head injury.
French could have put a little bit more pressure on there, I think, but Lowry just never takes his eye off the ball.
What's that?
Yeah, he was getting ready to throw, so he saw that French had maybe misjudged it, didn't have to leave the ground. And
they overran it, I think,
yes.
French, and Lowry's timing superb.
Doesn't matter if you're 9 or not, if the player's right past it, ball's out.
It's Jack McGrath who's picked up a bit of a knock. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. Well, they're not taking any chances anyway, because I can tell you that Andrew Warwick has already kitted out and coming onto the pitch. But hopefully it's nothing serious for Jack McGrath. He's had just a torrid time with that hip injury. He's talked about the toughness mentally as well as physically of trying to keep yourself motivated. Obviously the physio, the rehabilitation process took so long for him.
Well, it's a lonely place when you see all your teammates going out training. You want to be part of it. You're not part of a setup if you're not playing in the matches, and it can be soul destroying when you spend so much time in the physio room. You're in there on your own, maybe with 1 or 2 other players. The medics here, at least it just looks like a bang. They're going through the protocols in terms of making sure he hasn't been concussed. The collision looked, it didn't seem to be against the head. Yeah,
well, I think he's going to make his way to the sideline, which is probably the right result again. It's his first Ulster start. Well, he wants to stay on.
Yeah, and I just see Warwick, he's telling him, buzz off there, I'm not going anywhere. And now, to be fair, I didn't think the bang was against the head. But like, he's nearly lost 2 years. I mean, he was you know, figured in all 3 tests for the Lions in 2017 in New Zealand. And nothing's gone right for him since then, really.
Okay, on the 10, Munster, on the 10.
Good to see that wasn't anything serious.
On the 10.
He's had his more than his fair share of the last while, so it'll be an Ulster line out.
Dave, just stay on the 10. Okay. Maul.
Taken by O'Connor. Good maul set as well. They've already made 5 metres. Munster struggling to get numbers back and bodies down low and up. Here's Dope, little kick through meant for Gilroy to chase. It's an awkward one. Haley comes across. That's all he can do is watch it into touch.
Clever play there as well from Ulster in that the last 2 lineouts, Munster looking to put pressure on the air. So it gives them an opportunity once they set up their maul.
Hit the space.
Exert their power. Good kick there from Dope.
Okay, just open it, yeah. Munster on the 5. Yeah, but put your mark.
Coyne trying to get that metre gap between the inside shoulders.
Tyke Byrne wants to take. Crowley standing very deep. He's going to go back to the fly half.
Hold in front, Munster. Hold in front.
Right-footed swing of the boot.
Okay, wingers on.
And he's going to bring play just outside the 22. Ulster with the line out.
Yeah, good line out, good set
Time
there.
off.
With
Ulster 1 and 5. 1 and 5.
Well, Jack McGrath is now making way, so too is Sam Carter. Placed by Kieran Treadwell and Andrew Warwick respectively, so fresh legs into the pack.
Yeah, McGrath and Carter, they've played their part in a good performance from Ulster up front. I think Jack just running off there, just showing, look, I'm not going off because I'm injured.
There's no benefit to not having a crowd, but one of the things you do notice, Donald, when there is no crowd is just the level of physicality in the tackles, the crunching of bone on bone that we can hear up here in the countryside.
Absolutely, well, we're nearly on the pitch from our position here, and absolutely right. I mean, massive hits going in. There's that Ulster maul again.
Again, so effective all game long now, and Munster just about managed to hold the momentum inside their own 22. We're going to have another push here. Advantage being played to Ulster, so it's a free shot. Doug, nowhere to go. They have to use quick ball here if they can. Vermeulen outside to Warwick.
Okay, got advantage. You're fine.
And again, interesting to see what they decide to do here, because the change they got from that maul, they might go into the corner again.
Well, you'd have to think that's been their stock in trade all year.
Do you want to get your jersey back on?
We mentioned 18 tries off that line out today. And yeah, look, there's no conversation even been taking place. Billy Burns automatically going to the corner.
And it goes. Another line out maul coming.
Okay, Stephen, there you go.
It's the original one there just a minute ago. Herring really good at the tail in terms of making the decisions, holding on, when to break, when to go.
It's okay. Let him dry the ball. Let him dry the ball.
That's what you miss when there's 26,000 people. The poor old hooker getting berated from the people down on the touch line.
It doesn't quite have the same impact when there's only about 2
I remember it here in the Old Thomond Park when you know, you had the terraces and people were here an hour beforehand.
Brilliant take by Thomas Ahern, who got up, jersey back on, into the sky.
And that's the second one he's pilfered now since half time.
He read it beautifully as well. That was an important one.
But you have that decision to make. Do you stay on the ground or in the air? I think Ahern felt he just sensed where the ball was going.
Casey's kick relieves the pressure. And Ulster will be disappointed by that, but equally good defensive work from Ulster.
Yeah, you just see Ahern getting up in front of Treadwell there. Read it well. Good lift from behind from Tyke Byrne and in front from Archer. Most of those throws go to the front from Ulster, especially when Carter is there now. He's gone off.
Let's speed that up. Speed that up.
Crowd getting incensed over what they feel is an Ulster committee meeting before every line-out.
Yeah, taking their time, all right. Treadwell, back it goes to Ray and Doak. Timoney carries in the midfield. Doak with the switch to Vermeulen. Just about gets over that gain line. Back with the Ulster scrum half. In behind, Burns. Better hands, mocks him to Lowry. Lowry on the outside to McElroy. McElroy still on his feet. There for Doak. Ball stays in field. The whistle's gone. Did go forward, spotted on the far side. And Sean French getting a couple of pats in the back there. I didn't quite see what happened.
Say again?
Thanks for the chat now.
Okay.
If I see it, I'll just...
Yeah, perfect.
Let's go, lads.
Just see
Just
here.
speed the line outs up just a bit quicker. Just
Lowry
get
just feeding.
the line out, just speed it up a bit quicker.
McElroy and
The second one.
Okay, no worries.
Okay.
just a tackle there by Sean French.
Oh, just here. There's your mark.
That's where it went forward.
Okay, first one of this half. Balance again. Wait for the calls.
Let's go, boys. Go, boys. Let's go, lads. Got the killer. Got to us.
There you go. 133 tackles versus 70 odd.
Keep the space.
Which, when you consider Munster only have 14 men on the pitch,
Crouch.
it's funny how it works like that sometimes. It happens in football as well. The team that gets sent off comes to find energy from somewhere.
Well, your work rate has to, you know, everybody has to put in that extra bit of an effort, and Munster has certainly played far better since that sending off.
Munster trying to get a nudge in the scrum there, but Casey decides to get it away. Coombs. It's all still very narrow every time with both teams in possession, really.
Okay, use it. Timing, timing, timing.
McElroy underneath this one. Good take by the winger.
Let him roll. Yeah, well done.
Tackle not rolling away. The crowd are incensed on the far side.
Well, they thought it looked as if Tyke Byrne had done another turnover, but I think the referee had judged that he was off his feet. There might be only 5,000 people here, but
I can tell you none of them will be welcoming Mike Adamson back into their house for a post-match drink, because he's getting some abuse. Shouldn't be laughing at it, but
5 penalties apiece at half-time. So just watch Tyke Byrne here. He has his poacher in here. He is supporting his own weight. I mean, I think that's a harsh call.
That's
very
harsh.
1, 2, 3, 14. 1, 2, 3, 14.
That's why the crowd are so incensed, really. Yeah. He can't understand it. You can see his face there.
Well, I think
the
penalty should. I think it could be against Sean French for coming in on the side.
Because he was this side, and there was a clear coming in that side as well.
Shane Daly is in, and Jim Barron is in. So Shane Daly has gone to full back, I think, and looks like Haley's standing on the wing.
Tiger. Okay, time on.
Daly played most of his rugby at full back. Also played at 13.
Yeah.
Ball.
Now you heard Munster are thin on the ground, and we'll come back to that one. It's at the back with Herring.
That's one stop.
Decides to break. Herring. One try already, early in the first half. More for Warwick, out to Tom O'Toole. Brings play to that 5 metre line. Doak again. Out it goes to the captain, Alan O'Connor.
Yeah, well done.
Treadwell. Barron just about rolls out of the way. Warwick again, another carry by him. Chopped down by Hodnett. Ulster queuing up here, and it's their turn to bash away at the Munster line. Treadwell with an accidental offside. The whistle's gone. It was offside crossing, and Munster will get the chance to clear.
Well, Munster lucky there. I think one of the Ulster forwards just getting in front of Treadwell. Good defence by Munster. That's 10 penalties now for Ulster.
So Crowley to find touch. I mean, we mentioned the centres of Munster. You and I were talking about this before the match, Donald. So Dielende's contract is up at the end of the season. it looks like he's not going to sign on. That's not for sure. The reports linking Munster with Dom Doris. He's going to stay on at Saracens. There are no current centres in the Munster Academy. I hadn't realised that.
Yeah, I suppose, look, it's you know, an academy intake, it depends on who's coming through the system. Munster over the years, you go back to even the noughties when they were winning Heineken Cups, they nearly always had an overseas player in midfield, be it
Chapoki or Maffey or De Villiers or
Trevor Halstead was on the first ever cup winning side. It's they're thin on the ground down here, unfortunately.
Yeah, somehow centres seem to be overlooked a little bit. Alex McHenry has been allowed to go on loan to Ulster, you know, but anyway, it's an interesting one. I'm sure one that they'll have to address over the next few months, along with that new coaching ticket for next season, whoever that might be.
Timing.
Casey. Out it goes. First touch for Daly. And behind to Crowley, he's dropped it. Just took his eye off the ball, and it'll be a scrum to Ulster.
Yeah, he just took his eye off the ball at the wrong time. Got to put those little mistakes behind him. Casey now getting busy. Shane Daly does really well here just to keep the ball alive, but come back in field, keep the ball alive. Tyburn again cleaning out, and Crowley just taking his eye off the ball. I think he just caught the eye of Hume. James Hume as he was coming up.
Let's go, lads, let's go.
Frustrated by that. Right. Sometimes when you're given a chance like this, Thomas, when you're so eager to impress, and it's the little things like that that escape you.
Yeah, it is. Look, you just got to retain your composure. Now, the only thing I'd say, he's a guy, confident young man. He doesn't let these things get to him, but you know, you get so few opportunities. I mean, I think he's 22 next Thursday. I mean, he's looking some. You look at Marcus Smith, he's 22. He's had 113 appearances for Harlequins, 4 caps for England. You look at Roman Ntamak, 22. He's 75 appearances for Toulouse, 23 French caps.
Yeah. Control. And the result is that those players now, Donald, are at the standard that we saw today. Marcus Smith was phenomenal again today for Harlequins.
Yeah, I mean, that's, look, it's difficult. You have Joey Carberry, Ben Healy and Crowley now all sharing game time here, but the result, nobody really gets the opportunity to grasp the nettle.
And you remember Ntamak as well, when he was picked for Toulouse, picked for France, he was allowed to make those mistakes early on, because the result is, the year out before World Cup now, you have a world-class international player who can play at 10 and 12.
Yeah, look, that's the way it is, but what a signature scrum there from Ulster. Munster have made a few changes in that front row, and Ulster capitalising on that. Just young Josh Wycherley feeling the heat there from Tom O'Toole. Big Ulster scrum, that's a statement from them. Rob Herring in the middle of that as well. Part of a very good set piece for Ulster. And a decision here now, I think it'll be Nathan Doak. Yeah, in a tight game like this, you just need to take every opportunity.
Yeah, it's a long way out, but it's straight in front of the post as well, and this is well within his range. There's not a huge amount of wind, and in fact there's none really at all to talk about in Thomond Park, so we'll fancy this one. He's given him the right thump anyway, no problem with the distance, and the direction is pretty spot on as well. 13 points to 6.
Yeah, he's a confident young man, but look, this all goes back to the basics. That's a really good Ulster scrum. The power coming through there from Tom O'Toole, from Rob Herring in particular. And Diarmuid Barron and Josh Wycherley, they've just come on, and they felt the brunt of that Ulster scrum there.
Probably restarts then. Too many underneath it, but Daly went up for the ball and knocked it forward in the process. It was
knock on in the air.
First to get there,
Number
just
22.
couldn't quite grab it.
23, sorry.
Yeah, good chase
knock
from Daly, but
but
doesn't control it. Definitely goes off his hand, and it gives Ulster now another opportunity to put more pressure on that Munster scrum.
Yeah. Nice and square this side, nice and square. I'll come stand this side this time. Okay, let's go, lads. Let's go.
A whole new front row with John Ryan also on a tight
Hold
head.
your balance. Hold the balance.
Ulster just one change from their starting front row with Warwick in at loose head for Jack McGrath.
Crouch. Bind.
Munster can lock this one out. They can put a bit of pressure on. It's the Ulster feed this time for Mullen. Picks it off the base, and the big South African goes straight for Craig Casey.
Okay, it's outside.
Warwick.
Outside. Okay, use it now. Hold.
Just over halfway, and Haley underneath it. Bit of time here. Right to Barron. Straight through the middle. To the room there. Casey again, looking to release Josh Wycherley. Crowley in behind. Farrell. Two-handed carry from Farrell. Tackle by Doak. Casey. Daly. Well, the crowd reaction to that, I'd like to see it again, to be honest with you.
But the flag is out as well, so the assistant referee is obviously deems foul play here.
My first reaction was that
penalty for a lift tackle,
it was landed on his back, but I'd like to see it
just
again.
give him time. Okay, 19. Yeah. Oh, we'll just make sure the players are okay first.
Yeah, he was definitely
Just make sure the
lifted in the
players are okay
tackle. Was he beyond horizontal? Where did he land? It's
was
Shane
Daly,
Daly.
yeah.
It's Kieran Treadwell, I think, making the tackle, lifts him over. Does come down on his back,
I
I
can
think.
watch the screen as well as you. Just let me do it, okay?
Yeah, it came down on his back.
It's on his back, but it could be yellow
But it's-
card territory here.
Yeah, because the arm went above the horizontal as well, so that's what they look for.
Yeah, it is beyond the horizontal.
Right. Yeah, I do. So I'm seeing 19. It's a lift tackle. They've kind of tumbled over the players on the ground, but he has lifted him above the horizontal and he's landed a kind of upper back shoulder. There's players on the ground that's caused it to tip over as well. I'm on a yellow card.
Yeah, I agree.
Yellow card.
19. Just
I think
19.
he's spot on this time.
Okay, you have lifted him above the horizontal. He's landed.
Look, there's a bit of histrionics going on now. It's not a red card.
It's never a red card. And
No.
it's you know, the crowd are entitled to voice their opinion, but it's never a red card, and they know that, most of them.
Dan McFarland is disgusted, I think, more with the clumsiness of the tackle, because it's allowed Munster back in now. It's 14 v 14. Munster going for the corner. Pike Byrne immediately went up to Jack Crowley and said, look, put us in the corner, give us an opportunity to try and launch an attack here. You just see it here. Treadwell is a big man. He gets in underneath Shane Daly, lifts him beyond horizontal. It's definitely on his back. It's not on his head. Yellow card, right decision.
And it's the second row forward out as well for Ulster.
Nine's in his receiver.
See if Munster can make them pay here with the maul. Taken by Coombs. Transferred to the back. It's with Barron now.
Okay, we come now. That's
Ulster
one
doing a good job of containing it so far.
Okay, Munster, use the ball, use it.
Now Casey told to use it. Got his hands on it. Little dummy from Casey. 7 points here will make it all square. So a big point in the game. 20 minutes to play. Another carry, Wycherley this time.
Back feet.
Another pick and go. Ulster defending. Casey has hands on the ball. Out it goes. They're going to go wide here. Chris Farrell. Good tackle to bring him down. First attempt, and it goes wide. Unmarked. It's Haley in the corner. And Mike Haley touches down.
Well, you think the message has finally got through. No point in just keeping it narrow. There was loads of room on the right-hand side of the field, and for once, Munster passed the ball into the area where the space was. Get the try immediately. You just see it here. Good carry. Chris Farrell, I think, makes the ball available. But Casey, that is the difference. Whipped the ball away. Superb pass there from Casey. And Lowry never had a chance. He had too much ground. Look at all the ground that Lowry had to make up. But Munster had a carbon copy of that opportunity in the first half, didn't take it. Great awareness from Craig Casey to put in the pass. Munster really back in the game now.
So there's the angle, and it's not easy. As they brought it round enough, off the post.
Yeah, just another bit in it. A bit disappointed with that, but Munster taking their opportunity for once here, putting that bit of width. Chris Farrell does really well. He sucks in 3 Ulster defenders, but again, it's the ability of Casey to get the ball wide. Now just see, that's his natural game. You'd love to see him just whip that ball away. Mike Haley does really well there.
That was Crowley's last kick of the game. He's gone off, and Ben Healy has come on at out half. So 2 points in it then. 20. That was a huge hit.
That's enough.
Hume is a good player. He's had a marvellous season. And again, just talking about young player, he's 23, but he's making his 50th appearance for Ulster tonight.
Okay.
Gavin Coombs has carried a lot of ball tonight.
Change.
Unfortunately, they've been sporadic.
Not too many players that drag Gavin Coombs 10 yards over the sideline.
That's a super hit from 12.
He's gone off.
He's off.
He's just been gone off.
Okay.
I think he has anyway.
Yeah.
So Crowley stayed on, in fact. Ben Healy has gone to inside centre, it looks like.
Lads, just hold on. We've got a bit of confusion at the sideline. So who's coming off?
Hume has gone off for Ulster.
Hume has gone off as well.
13. 13.
I think they brought the wrong man on. Ulster want to take Lowry off.
Mike, are we good to go?
Yeah, it's Angus Curtis that's on.
But Hume has gone off. I think Ulster wanted to take Lowry off. Certainly that's the message that the referee got.
Lads, yeah, we're good to go now.
Yeah, no, that's the change. So Lowry stays on.
Stay 10.
Just about works out for Ulster, and Warwick saving the brushes of Alan O'Connor. Couldn't hang on to it. There for Doak again. On they come. Here's Curtis, another former Ireland under-20 international. Back inside from O'Toole to Marcus Ray. Haley's back to take the tackle.
No effect. It's inside.
Casey finds touch.
Much better clearance there from Casey. He's having a big influence on this game now.
Maul. Come. One stop.
There with Doak. Little kick in behind again. Haley having to cover everywhere because Simon Zebo's off the pitch, and he's done a pretty good job of just mopping up those loose balls. Doak underneath it. He's going to take this one quickly. Inside to Larry. Has a bit of room to run back here. Larry trying to get past the first tackle. There for Doak. Burns. Out it goes to Timoney. Powering his way past the tackle attempt of John Ryan, and then losing out the ball.
Ball down.
Brilliant work once again from Ty Byrne.
Ty Byrne again, he's just outstanding at that. A bit of motoring down from Nathan Doak. Craig Casey giving it back to him, but Byrne has been inspirational, I think.
That's it.
You could see what Nathan Doak was trying to do. Obviously there's space available in the backfield. He put a big kick in there earlier, but look again. Tyburn, he just
four.
times his intervention brilliantly.
Just leave the ball.
So Jack O'Donoghue comes down, not a bad replacement. So it's Thomas Ahern has gone off. So yeah, you know the situation. We've got Kendellen on, Tyburn.
Yeah, so
Jack
Tyburn
O'Donoghue.
I'd say is going into the second row now.
Yeah, looks like it.
Time on.
Byrne gets up again.
Ball.
What a game he's had.
Come.
We talk about leaders, and beforehand the lads were talking about leaders in the squad. He is one of them.
Absolutely, when you consider he wasn't in the team 5 minutes before the start.
Casey. Healy. Lovely line from Farrell. Had to be tackled, and he was. Quick ball in from Casey again. Bit of a pep and Munster step at the moment now. Kendellen just ripped the ball out of his hands and lost it forward. And away come Ulster and Marcus Ray.
Off the foot.
Great strip from Ray there, because Munster in a very dangerous attacking position.
Warwick under pressure. Nathan Doak wants more runners just to suck in a few Munster defenders and give himself a bit of breathing space for the box kick, or for somebody to get the ball.
Second man. It's outside carried back. Outside carried back in.
Doak. Huge amount of height on this one. Take by Haley. Off he goes. Wants carry.
First man.
Lost the ball. Timoney's taken it away, and Byrne spots a bit of room in behind us. Healy off the ground, well tackled. Back in it goes from Byrne with a little dummy.
Well, he was going to kick it. We've seen him kick 40, 50 metres in the past.
Use it.
Healy did well to get back there.
Inside. Okay, use it.
Another big kick. It's going to drop into touch.
Yeah, that's another very good kick from Craig Casey. Now he's got his bearings in. Two good clearance kicks. Now you are giving possession back to Ulster, but bear in mind, but Munster with only two in that in the backfield, very difficult. But regardless of the outcome of this game, at least they've shown character from the point of Zebo sending off. They've lifted their game immeasurably. Treadwood, of course, in the bin at the moment, but concern here now with Ty Byrne down. Munster will need him. Going away to Cast, of course, next Friday night, I think.
Keep trying to use the feet.
Well, the win predictor has swung back in Munster's favour, so it's been back and forward over the course of the game so far, but the momentum, it seems, is with the home side. We'll see if that plays out. Just in terms of this weekend and Van Graan, there have been a few people, obviously Donald O'Connor in the Examiner, critical of Munster the last couple of weeks, as a lot of other people as well. The question now seems to be, is it worth pursuing with Johan Van Graan to the end of the season, given Munster's form has been so stagnant, and given that they're going to have to find a replacement anyway? Is it worth giving the likes of a Roundtree or Larkham a shot to try and take it to the end of the season?
Yeah, I think it is. I think Munster in a very difficult position, difficult for Van Graan, difficult for the players. Larkham is also going.
Okay, Munster on the line.
I think one of the issues could be financial. If Larkham and Van Graan were left go, you have to pay them up, and Munster financially not in a great position at the moment. Can they afford to bring in somebody else and pay in the interim? But I think it is disruptive. There's no question about it in my mind. When you know a coach is going 6 months in advance.
Let it come now, let it come.
Absolutely. And again, when the form has been so poor as well, you put two and two together and you wonder, will somebody make a decision on it? But we'll wait and see. Still game to be won here. 2 points in it. 13 minutes left to play. Haley, brilliant take, absolutely brilliant take, under pressure from Gilroy. Well, we mentioned Lowry's been solid, and Haley as well has had to cover most of the backfield on his own, don't forget, with Zebo sent off so early in the game. Now wide it goes. Farrell, he lost it forward. An advantage being played to Ulster.
How many times have Munster lost control of the ball in those positions. Ulster really good at the ripping.
Over 50-22 is
Billy
on.
Burns puts one down again. Haley's back there, calls the mark, gives himself a breather.
That was a great take from Haley, as you say. He has so much ground to try and make up. Himself and Shane Daly trying to cover the backfield between them. Chris Farrell, a force of nature here, but he just loses control of the ball.
Sometimes happens when you're trying to hand off an opposition that you're not protecting the ball with the other hand. But anyway, it's a line out to Ulster on the halfway line. You think back to 2018 as well on the coaching situation. Ulster were in a similar position when John O'Gibbs announced that he was leaving to go to France. They had 4 or 5 months for him where they just kind of sleptwalked into this end of the season, petered out. You'd hate to see Munster do the same thing.
Yeah, you would. I mean, you go back to Harlequins last year. They got rid of their coach in January, and you know, it seemed to certainly spark them. You do get a reaction, but look, it's difficult. Nobody likes calling for a coach's head, but in this scenario, Van Gran has made the decision that he wants to leave.
He made the decision. He enacted the 6-month clause, and he has another job to go to. So, you know, you wouldn't feel too sorry really to head off. I do wonder if Bath were watching Munster in the last 2 weeks. What have they made of their signing? Anyway, look, Doak has it. Box kick. Gilroy to chase it, and again Haley is in the right place to deal with it. Munster need a score. They've got 10 minutes left to play.
Hold.
Lowry, look how quick acceleration is, and again the footwork just dazzling Munster defenders. They don't know what to make of him. Tackle goes in. It was high.
Yeah, I thought it was high, just in front of us here.
High.
That's the problem with Lowry. He's so close to the ground, and he's you know, he's such an evasive guy in the tackle.
I saw you go to ground. I didn't see it.
You just find that you know, the tackle rides up. Just great feed from him here again. Just he stands up Shane Daly, gets in behind Tyburn, and you just see that clothesline tackle from Jack O'Donoghue.
Postcode, lads.
Just there.
Well, Doak is going to have a shot at goal here.
Yeah, Lowry has bought Ulster a bit of time here and an opportunity to stretch that lead, but Jack O'Donoghue, I don't think he can have any complaints about that.
No. This one, the most difficult kick of the game so far. No question about it. As you can see, almost in the corner, just inside the halfway line.
Right, hold on. Yeah, sorry. The TMO's just confirmed it's here. I'll let you change your decision. It's here. I know, but I'll let you change your decision. Time off. It's here. Yeah, so good. Okay.
So there you go. TMO just confirming he managed to steal about a metre there.
Well, I think again, maybe it's the fact that because of a small crowd, they're heard. The crowd roaring that he moved the ball, I'd say about 6 inches, but still decided to go ahead with the kick. As you saw from the predictor, 53% probability. But does that take into effect that this guy can knock them over pretty much everywhere? We're about to find out. It's going to be short. Back with Doak, inside to Gilroy. Has Vermeulen with him. He says you can take him to contact. Munster just need to try and get hands on the ball here. Burns, nice pass on the outside to Moxham. Tries the handoff attempt.
No, he's back to away.
On
back to
Alex Kindellan.
Off the foot, play on, off the boot.
Lost the ball, picked up by O'Donoghue. Nice steal, perfect time as well. Munster need to work themselves down into the Ulster half and put themselves in a scoring position. Out it goes. Haley, little kick for the corners. They're going to be too much on that. Oh, that's a really bad mistake after working so hard to get the ball back. Yeah, a bad mistake at the wrong time. You can see what he was trying to do. He just overcooked it. Definitely space in that backfield, but look, you'd say something if it's a kind of an inch or two out, but it's a couple of feet over. Poor kick from Haley there, and he's played well. Neil Cronin on now for Craig Casey, who I think has had a very good game. Yeah, and he's another player as well that you feel, Donald, if there was a change of approach, that he would be one of the primary beneficiaries of that. You go back, Hugh, we saw him playing for the Ireland 20s in that brilliant Grand Slam winning team. He's just a bundle of energy, a buzz. Everything about him is 100 miles an hour, and that seems to be gone out of his game.
All in the
So
5.
Cronin comes in just his 3rd appearance of the season so far.
1 stop.
The back now with Herring, leaves it for Doak, who's going to put up another tester for Haley. He's just been swallowing these high balls all day long.
Yeah, he's had a great game with the kick, just too deep from Doak there. But
bit
from
more. Yeah, the mark's
an Ulster point of view, what it does is it keeps Munster pinned in their own half.
Back from Doak to Lowry. Lowry puts up a crossfield Gary Owen. Don't see too many of those, and that one is giving possession away to Munster and to Chris Farrell. Then what can they do from here? Cronin, options right hand side. Coombs, double team.
Tackle, knee to ground, tackle.
Healy, little dummy. Presents it well. Back with Cronin again. Kendellen. Barron. Scannell. Out it goes to O'Donoghue. Tries to break the tackle. Haley. Little step from Haley. Still going. Haley. Can he get the pass back inside? Tackle dragged to the ground by Marcus Ray. Still there with Munster. And this is better from them now. Coombs gets the offload. Beautiful pass to Wycherley. Just outside the 22, middle of the pitch, and space on the right-hand side. O'Donoghue once again straightens the line, and O'Donoghue bursts through. Jack O'Donoghue, brilliant shot tackle to bring him down by Lowry of all people. Getting in behind, still there. Finney Wycherley, dying with the ball. Kendellen, Munster queuing up. Can they score here? What a time to get it. With 6 minutes left on the clock. Coombs trying to drag himself towards that line. Barron this time. Back with Kendellen.
Back foot. Use the line, use the line.
Coombs for the line. Did he get there? Has he got that ball down?
It's short.
It's short, still going. The ball's gone loose and chance. Alex Kendellen gets Munster's try. Did it go forward? Did it go forward? Did it go forward?
I don't think so. It just bounced back. Kendellen wasn't even supposed to be in the match day 23.
Just watching the referee, he seemed to indicate, yeah, no, I think the try's been given, but there we see it again, Donald.
Yeah, Haley once again does really well to keep the ball alive. Munster once putting wit again. Jack O'Donoghue does brilliant here. Steps inside, Treadwell keeps going. Great cover tackle there from Lowry, but the ball is made available. I think Wycherley is short here, but the ball just flies out of his hands straight back into Alex Kendellen's. No question that it went forward.
Let's just look at that. Yeah,
that's what they're just checking. That was what the referee indicated.
You can go ahead with the conversion.
Yeah, just over here.
Yeah, so nothing in that for me.
No, try's been given.
There you go.
What a time for Alex Kendellen to score. Well, another underage sensation, this guy. And what an impact he's made. Conversion to come as well.
Let's put time off just now, please. Just take a little bit. Time off. Just while we were checking. Okay. Time back on now.
So if this goes over, Ulster will need a try. Flags go up. Ulster will need a try just to draw level here. Alex Kendellen has given Munster the lead for the first time in the game.
Yeah, what an impact from the bench. Jack O'Donoghue there, brilliant carry from him, keeps it alive. Great cover tackle from Lowry, but great positioning of the ball. You just see it springs out of Wycherley's hand, and Alex Kendellen, an outstanding under-20 player, as I mentioned, wasn't even supposed to be in the match 23. Munster, can they close this out now? And you know, in the context of this game, having lost Zebo after 15 minutes, or sorry, yeah, after 15 minutes,
yeah,
it would be a a really impactful win.
Dan McFarlane must be sitting in that Ulster coaching box wondering how his team are behind with 3 minutes left to play, given how the game started, given the sending off, and it's another knock on, and it's a chance for Munster to try and eat up some more time.
Yeah, again, just pressure there from Byrne. Clock now just 2.5 minutes to go. But Ulster scrum has been under pressure in the last 10 minutes. They got to get this one right, because you can be sure Ulster are going to attack here. If they can get a penalty off this, they can get an opportunity to go into the corner, and we know how strong their line-out is.
Donald, I ask you please for your UFC player of the match.
Okay. Yeah, well, look, it's been a really tough derby game. I think Lowry and Herring have been excellent for Ulster. On the Munster side of the pitch, I think Mike Haley did a brilliant job in controlling the backfield. But really, when you needed leadership, when you needed people to stand up and show their way, I think Ty Byrne was outstanding, and he is my URC player of the match.
Yeah, well deserved. He's been brilliant. Turnover ball, line out, defensive tackles as well, and exactly as you said, what leaders are all about, and Munster badly needed one today, and he was head and shoulders above the rest. Nice carry again. We've got inside 2 minutes left to go.
Use it!
Last throw of the Dice, Rob Little's on in place of Craig Gilroy, but Ulster need the ball, and they need a try just to draw level. Cronin, box kick. It's going to be first touch here for Little if he can take this one. Healy went up there, knocked it backwards. Did he? The referee says it went forwards.
Well, it looked initially as if it was a great take by Healy, but it must have gone forward off his shoulder.
Knock on the catch.
Yeah, we want to go, sir.
Munster, let's go. Let's go.
More in front, yeah.
Thank you.
Now here we see it again. Little went up for it, so too did Healy.
And he had it there, but yeah.
6-1, 50-50 really.
Close, you're ready.
But one last throw of the Dice then for Ulster. They have the ball. They're not going to kick this one away, you can be sure.
Crouch.
Free kick, quick tap. Doak gets on with it. Curtis out to Burns. Mocks him. Back with Doak. Treadwell. Burns. Nice pop pass again to John Andrew. Munster have to make those first time tackles. Again, taken by Angus Curtis. Warwick. Turnover ball once again.
Guess who?
Guess who?
Use it.
Incredible performance from start to finish by Ty Byrne.
Yes.
There we go. The 80's gone. Cronin kicks it into the stand, and that is what you call a hard-fought victory.
Yeah, and look, when you consider the pressure that Munster have been under all through the week, I mean, Connacht well-deserved winners last week. Munster didn't turn up. You get Zebo sent off after 15 minutes. Ulster dominant in that opening 25 minutes of the game. But when the pressure was on, Munster showed character tonight. They stood up. You would hope that this could be a turning point for their season, because it wasn't easy, but they hung in there, got a deserved win, and the smiles are back on the faces.
Smiles back on the faces after a difficult week. Munster have grinded this one out, and they've come out on top here. Full-time score at Thomond Park. Munster 18, Ulster 13.
Yeah, and very